Hello there and welcome back to my channel, Nail Art by Sin. Today I want to recreate the Manny and Me Maniology suggested nail set in their September 2025 box that I just received. It's called the Haunted Reflection, and it is a crypt-like cathedral design. So stained glass, here we go. Let's get started. Hi there and welcome to my channel, Nail Art by Sin. Today I have here my September Maniology, Manny and Me subscription box that arrived about mid-September. I've already opened this and I've already showed it on a previous video that I did unboxing several of the Manny and Me boxes. But what I want to do today is I want to create the manicure that is suggested for this box from Maniology. So without further ado, let's get started on this. And I'm just going to take everything out. And so the first thing that we have is the little postcards that come with your subscription. It's got Maniology, Manny and Me, and of course this September box is a Halloween theme, and it's called Haunted Reflection Collection. It says it brings a gothic twist to Halloween nail art, and with eerie elegance and haunted beauty. So it's not your typical spookiness. It's a stained glass storytelling for your fingertips. So the two plates that come with it. So this is the card that describes what you're getting. And then here is the manicure that I want to create today. And it's called Crypt-like Cathedral. This is beautiful, I think. Of course, you're going to get your spooky Maniology sticker. Every subscription box comes with a group of, a sticker. Of course, I have several that I just kind of collect. And so here are the two plates that are in this box. It's an exclusive stamping plate for Maniology. And this one is MXM159. And that is this one right here. It features intricate designs with like spiderweb windows, flying bats, spectral figures, and ghostly silhouettes. Beautiful, beautiful stained glass. Okay, and then the other one that comes with it is MXM160, and that is this one right here. It hauntingly beautiful theme with stained glass style pumpkins, ghosts, and gothic arches. And let's see, the two polishes that come with it are right in this little box here. And let's see, this one here is Ghost Light Gleam. Is a black stamping polish, which is, I believe, this one right here. So this is Ghost Light Gleam 5B562, and it says that it is a black stamping polish with an iridescent green shimmer that flickers like a phantom in the moonlight. And you can certainly see the green shimmer there. That is beautiful, just beautiful. And then the other one is Spectral Shards P188. That is this one right here. And it's a sheer smoky black regular polish filled with shifting green flakes for a haunted glass effect. That is gorgeous. Look at that. And then you're also going to receive a free gift. The bonus gift, it's 2 sheets of black stained glass printed cuticle cards. And so, of course, it's a Halloween theme cuticle card. So, and you get 2 sheets. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So there's 20 of these that you can use to protect your fingers when you're stamping on your natural nail and your skin. And so we are going to put this over to the side, and then we are going to get started. I have a set of prepped coffin nails for myself. These are already been prepped, and I've already shaved off the little nubbies, so they're ready to go. These are fit to my size. I actually wear a size 2 in this type of nail here, this coffin shape, and they're 2, 5, 4, 6, and 9. Those are the sizes. I have them numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 because this is my thumb finger, my index finger, my pointing finger, my ring finger, and then my baby finger, my pinky. So these numbers don't have anything to do with my sizing. It's just the number of the finger that I'm sized for. So here we would have a number 2, size 2, size 5, size 4, size 6, and then size 9. And so we will get started with those. And so the first thing it tells you to do is step 1. Over prep nail, apply a cuticle protector around the nail bed. Okay, I'm not using my own nail, so I'm not going to use the protectors. I'm just going to put on my gloves to protect my hands, and then I'm going to start with my gel tips. Apply I'm not going to also put a clear base since I'm using the tips and not my nails. Apply a coat of spectral shards to the whole nail. Allow your nails to dry completely before continuing to the next step. Okay, so we will do that. Let me start with this is a nail lacquer, so I believe this is a regular polish, so you don't have to cure this one in the lamp. I do have a nail dryer that I will be using to expedite the drying time, but I will put 1 coat of this on all of these nails right now. Let me shake my bottle. And here is the Spectral Shards P188. So we are going to get a thin coat of this on all of our nails first. Oh wow, it definitely is a very, very clear coat of this, but it is very pretty. It's got the green little shards in there, and it's just so gorgeous. I can definitely see how this would be a beautiful stained glass, and can definitely smell the nail lacquer, as this is a regular polish. So set that in there. I'll do probably 3 at a time. This is my little nail dryer that I have. It's just a regular nail dryer, nothing fancy. I think I bought it on Amazon last year. I believe, don't quote me on that, but Look how gorgeous that looks. Wow. So pretty. And that is just a regular air dry nail dryer for regular polish. Okay. And this is the third one. I'm going to put these in the nail dryer. Actually, to get a full dry, it takes about 4 minutes. So I'm going to get these in here and get this started. And I'll get these other two painted and get them in, and I'll be back. Okay, this is the stamping plate that I'm going to be using. So let me just peel this blue cover off. Okay, so while those are drying, step 2 says pick up the stained glass spider full nail design on plate MXM160, which is this one right here. And it's wanting me to pick up the spider design, which is this one right here. So that is the one that I'm going to be picking up. Using the reverse stamping technique, paint the roses, the spider, and the halo in similar colors to the sample image, using a detail brush, allowing the design to dry, fully dry. Okay, that's easy enough. I have about 3 minutes of dry time in the dryer, so I'm just going to pause you while this is drying. Guys, oh my God, I never have problems lifting a stamping image. But I am following the steps on the postcard that you get with this mani kit. And so basically, it says to pick up plate MXM160, and you're going to lift the image here with the spider. And so that is, and I'm sorry, but I had to clean these really well. So right now it's just, they're foggy because that's just how they get. It's clean though. So I'm trying to lift up this image right here with the little spider on it. And I tried and tried and tried. I had a practice nail, off-size nail. I put the shard, the P188 on it, dried it, and then I've been trying to lift the image with the stamping polish, with the B562 Ghost Light Gleam. It's beautiful black polish with green shimmer. I was almost at the point where I was going to say, okay, well, maybe I just need to use the black stamping polish because I cannot get this to lift. Well, these are all my practice little cruddies over here. I must have did it like 10 times. Finally got a good lift on this stamper. I actually have been trying all kinds of stampers. The only thing is in this corner, I couldn't get a good lift there. I'm not worried about it drying because I am going to do the reverse stamping. So this is another good image that I finally picked up. It just didn't pick up down here, which is fine because that won't show up on the nail. I don't think. I think I'm going to be fine on it. So I'm going to do one more just to show you. And what I finally figured out was I have a window air conditioner in this little room that I'm in. And I turned everything off. No fan, nothing. And I needed to put more polish because I was obviously not using enough polish. And it was drying very quickly. So I've got a good amount of polish on here. And let's see here. I'm trying to look at the back of the card. I can't even lift it with my gloves. Okay, hold on. Just trying to look at some of the other images. This one is a spider one, so I will try and lift the one with the spider. Let's see. Let me get the other stamping plate. It might be on that one. Okay, it's this one here. So I'm gonna remove this blue overlay on here. And I'm going to try to do this one here. And I'm going to give it a little wipe down with and we'll see if we can get this one lifted. Have this ready to go. There's a lot of polish on here. Okay. So, like I said, I finally figured out I wasn't using enough polish. I was being kind of skimpy with it. And that is what was preventing me from getting a good lift. And that's perfect. See? So this is awesome. And this one I am going to, before it dries, I'm going to transfer this onto my nail here. I normally do it this way, but my stamper is kind of foggy because this is the one I use for my layered stamping. Oh my, look at that. That's a perfect, perfect transfer. That looks very, very pretty. I really, really like that a lot. Okay. So that's going to be my ring finger. And let me clean my little, I have my little roller cleaner here, which I absolutely love. And you can tell that I have used this stamper so much that it's foggy and it has little tears in it, but it still picks up images flawlessly. I also, because I was having so many issues, I went and washed all the little stamper heads with my Dawn soap and water. Okay, so let me clean this now. There you go. Throw all my little cruddies away. My practice creds. Yuck. But I'm glad I finally figured out because I was ready to give up. All right. Let me move this out of the way. When your stamping plates get foggy like this, what I like to do is just get some water on a little pad, and all you need to do is just wipe it down with water, and it takes all that fogginess away. I just get a lint-free little cloth and just wipe it away. And you see how it takes all that fogginess away. That is perfect. It looks almost brand new again. There. Perfect. All right. Let's move this out of the way. Clean my little scraper. It's best to keep your scraper clean. I would clean it in between because that will affect your image transfer when you're scraping if it's not clean. Okay. Step 2 also says to, using the reverse stamping technique, paint the roses, the spider, and the halo in similar colors to the sample image. Okay, so I'm going to put this right here for right now. And I would say that we'll probably use this little one here. Okay. I'm going to get my little dotting tool. I'll get my very, very small one that I have. I'm going to get one that's kind of rounded. That one's kind of pointy. This one is perfect. You see how small that is? Very, very small. All right, so I'm going to get some red stamping polish. Put this right here. So I am looking at my Maniology stamping polishes, and I really don't have a bright red one. So here are some of my polishes from Maniology. These are all my smudge-free polishes that I have from them. And then I have these polishes. This is the red one. And this is Butte. I love these polishes. And these are my Puin polishes here. And then let me show you what else I have. Sorry, I'm kind of in a little cramped area. I have these polishes up here. These are my Born Pretty ones. These are just a few of the Know You London. These are more of the Born Pretties. And then I just purchased a new set of polishes that I've never ever tried before. But I'm going to try them and see how they work. So I'm thinking, you know what, maybe I should just go ahead and try these. It's this brand right here. I got these on, I believe, Temu or Shein, one of the two. They're called Nicole Diary. So here is a red, and I think I'm going to try this one for the roses. Now, I have done reverse stamping with regular polish, but you have to be very careful because some regular polishes just don't work. So let me just put a little bit of this red right here. Okay, so this has been on for a while, so it should be dry. And what you're going to do is you're just basically going to like float this on top of your flower. Just basically float it because you don't want to pick up any of the black outline. And I'll show you in a minute what it's doing on the back end once you fill in the little flowers. This is what they call reverse stamping. Okay, so when you turn it over, that is what it looks like. It is so gorgeous. You see that? Let's see if I can put something white there. That way you can see it clearly. There you go. Very pretty. All right. All right, and now we're going to move on to the next flower, which is this one here. I'm going to put some more red on this. All right, so we're going to continue with filling in the little red rose. And here's the other rose up here. All right, let me turn it over so you can see it real good. Oh my God, look how beautiful that looks. Wow. Stunning, stunning, stunning. All right, just want to make sure that all the little roses are filled in. It certainly looks like they are. I'm looking through a magnifying glass, sorry guys. One little area right up here. There it is. All right, so those are done. There is one little area that is not filled in, and I'm going to try to grab it. Let me see here. It's right here. There you go. All right, so that's all done. I try to use my gloves until they just like tear, so they're kind of yucky, but clean. All right. And now I'm going to do the green for the leaves. I'm going to use my Puan green. Let me shake this a little bit. I'm using my polish shaker. That's what you hear in the background. This is Puan 815. Super intense. It's called Amazon Moss. Okay. So here we go. And it's kind of really hard to see these, so I'm going to do my best. Just floating the little dotting tool there, just to kind of get all the little areas of where the green leaves are. Trying to stay because I don't want to lift up the black outline. So let's see here. See how this looks from the other side once I turn it over. Oh, very pretty, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Very nice. I'm going to take my little cleanup brush. Actually, what I might do is let me try a piece of tape. Give me a second. Oh yeah, that does well. Okay, there you go. I did, right here, I picked up a little piece of the black, but it's okay. I think it'll be all right. I picked up a little piece of the black outline, but I think it'll be fine. I might try to fill that in with some green anyways and see what happens. Yeah, that's okay. I'll turn it up. And that looks okay. Very nice. That looks really good. All right, now let's see what we're going to do. What else it's asking us to do. Okay. And I need to do the same thing to the spider, and the spider is done in purple. Let's see, let me see what I have over here purple-wise. I have either a Maniology, this shade of purple, which is Sweet Berry B310, or I have the Poohin, a darker shade. And this is 812. I think I'm going to go with Maniology because it's not so dark. Let's put a little bit of purple there. All right, so now I'm going to try to get the spider, the body of the spider, and the legs. Oh my goodness, this is not easy. So tiny. I'm going to pause you for a little bit. I'm going to use my magnifying glass. Okay, so I did the best I could. It looks a little splotchy from this end, but when you turn it over, it does look very nice. So we'll see how this turns out. It's okay, I think. All right, so we need to let this dry. I think I'm going to put it in my air dryer just for about 30 seconds. Okay. And I think I'm going to do this on my test nail. Just want to see how it turns out. So these are the nails that fit to mine, and this is a size 0, which I don't wear size 0. But I've been using it as a test nail, so we'll put it on here. And then if that's the case, then I will redo the nail and put it on my thumb because it is the biggest one. Now, to help my image transfer over, because it is dry, I like to use Orly Bonder. That is my favorite thing to use. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of this very thin coat on my nail, and that way my whole image will, once this gets sticky, my whole image will just transfer over flawlessly. So we're going to let this sit also. This is air dry. Orly Bonder. And it really makes everything just perfect. It's a rubberized base coat. I know I bought this on Amazon. You can also, I bought the big bottle of it like this, and I just keep filling this up. So it's a good investment to buy that. I actually used it with my nail wraps when I was putting nail wraps on my nails all the time to keep them from lifting, and it really worked. Okay. Oops, see, it's already getting sticky. I touched the nail. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me put a little bit more. It really stuck. All right, have to be more careful there. I think my gloves have about had it. I think this is ready to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to try to lay this image on my test nail. So I'm going to, the nail's a little bit longer than, we're going to try and get it centered. Okay. Here we go. We're just going to go for it and see what happens. And there it is. It is releasing perfectly. And there is the nail all transferred. I know it looks a little bumpy. That is okay, because we're going to put a top coat on it. I'm going to let that dry just a little bit longer under the air dryer before I put a top coat, because I don't want it to smudge. I do have my, this is a sticky base coat that you can also use. I'm sorry, let's see here. This is my smudge-free top coat. So if you don't have Orly Bonder, but you do have the Maniology sticky base coat, this also will work to help transfer the image over. Okay, so we're going to put a smudge-free top coat B382. This is Maniology. And the reason you want to use this is because you work so hard on your design that you don't want it to smudge in any way. And then what I will do after I let this dry, then I will, there you go, look at that. I will go in with the, so I have put the smudge-free top coat B382 Maniology, and it is under the nail dryer right now. Let it dry. And once it dries, then I will put a no white top coat on it. I use Lavender Violets no white top coat, and that will protect the image completely. Okay, that's about 2 minutes of air dry in the nail dryer. And so now that's pretty dry. I'm going to put my gel no wipe top coat on it and get this in the gel lamp. This really brings it to another level. Oh my goodness, look at that. It just looks so pretty. Oh wow, so nice. Okay, so let me get that in the gel lamp. 60 seconds there. I'm going to pause you. We've got about 45 seconds going on it. Okay, this came out, and look at that. It looks gorgeous. Just looks so nice. Oh my goodness. I really love that. Very, very pretty. All right, so this was my test nail. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm going to add some of these other backdrops to the rest of the nails. We already did the ring finger, and I'll come back so that we can do the reverse stamping on the other nails. And I think I'll do one more and have you watch me. So I think that we will go with this stained glass window here. So we're going to again use the Ghost Light Gleam stamping polish. So I'm going to get my scraper ready. We'll do this on the, we'll do it on this finger, the pointing finger. Okay, so we're gonna do this one. And so I have my window unit off because I don't want any air hitting this. Scrape at a 45-degree angle and lift the image. And see, I think I waited too long, so I'm going to have to redo this. So I'm going to clean my stamper head real good. And I'm going to have to clean my plate again. Probably didn't have enough polish on it. Try this again. Okay. And that is a perfect image transfer. Let me get my tape. I'm going to clean up the sides a little bit. There you go. That's a little tear, so that won't come clean. There you go. So this, I'm going to go ahead and get that transferred on my nail real quick before it dries. And I'm just going to center it and go with it. And it did not. I waited way too long. So what I need to do is get a lint-free cloth and wipe this off, which it will easily wipe off. Okay. And redo this again. Okay, let's try again. All right. Don't like when this happens, but that's part of the stamping game. Let's try this again. Well, you've seen that blooper. Oh my gosh, I'm just not doing really well. Okay. I am so sorry, guys. I'm really having a hard time here. All right. All right, there it goes. And here it goes one more time. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get these other two stamped with a background design, and I will be right back. All right, so I was able to get stamp designs on these three here, and the thumbnail is going to be the spider, which was like this. I'm going to redo it to the nail that fits my thumb. And then the pinky is going to have this design on it, the little ghost with the stained glass. Kind of didn't lift on the sides, but it's okay because I'm not going to, it's a small nail, so it'll just fit that middle section. And so this will go here, and this will go here. And then I'm going to do some reverse stamping on some images here, which I will probably take either off of this plate here or this one here. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and start redoing the spider one, which we already did together. And then when I get ready to do the ghost, I'll come back and record. Thank you. And this is out of the lamp. So this one looks a lot better than the last one that we did. And here it is from the back side of it. There you go. You can get a good bird's eye view of it. Okay. And that is dry. I put it in the air dryer. And now I'm going to paint the little ghost white. So this is my Puin white, and the number on here is 806 pure white. And I did pull out my 5mm detail brush. It is Shine Chance. I bought these off of Amazon. It was a set of 6. So let me just do the little ghost there. All right. Okay, so there you can see the little ghost from the back side. We'll do the one underneath it. It's perfect. And we'll do the ones on the sides just in case. I know that the nail is very small, so it probably will not pick up all of these, but there you go. Okay, so we've got all the little ghosts painted. There you go. And I'll put this one in the dryer, the air dryer, for just about a minute. All right, let me get this brush clean. Very, very small little detail brush. And so right now we are going, instead of the oily bonder, which I used with this one, I'm going to try the Maniology Sticky Base Coat. It's B384. And so I believe we have to wait for this to get tacky as well. So I am going to put this on the thumbnail. Again, do a very light coat of this. Okay, we'll let that dry a little bit. And we're also going to do it to the pinky. Let's see what the back of this says. It says it's a nail lacquer, so I'm assuming that it's just air dry. I'm going to pause for a little bit while I research this. Okay, so I just went to the Maniology website, and it says that, my goodness, fell over. The sticky base coat will get tacky in about 30 to 45 minutes. So I'm going to put a little bit more on this one because it fell over and it got hooked up the paper towel. Hope it doesn't ruin the design here, but anyways, we'll let that dry for just a second. So I'm assuming it's just like the Orly Bonder because that's also an air dry product. So this, right now on the website, this cost $8. All right, so I believe that this is tacky enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this image of the spider and the roses with the leaves, and I'm going to place it on the thumbnail. I'm going to do my best to center this as best as possible. And then I believe that this is going to transfer perfectly because it has the sticky base coat and it is lifting up perfect, guys. Oh my Lord. This is wonderful. It just transferred perfectly, just like the other one did. And then I'm going to wait for it to dry just a little bit. It does look a little bit bumpy, but that's fine, just like the other one did. We're going to let this dry in the air dryer. And then I'll come back and I'll put a smudge-free top coat. And then, just like this now, I will do a no wipe top coat. And that will seal the design and protect it. This is going to go right now into the air dryer. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the pinky nail. So I'm just kind of measuring, and we're going to get this on here. It also did perfectly. Wow, look at that. That looks so cute. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I did paint all of the ghosts because they all did transfer over. I really thought the nail was going to be too little for the design, but it worked out perfect. Okay, so let me get these two in the air dryer. And in the meantime, I'm going to clean my little area up, so I will be back. Alright, so these are out of the air dryer, and they both look wonderful. So right now I'm going to put a smudge-free top coat. And then put them back in the air dryer for about 3-4 minutes. And then after that, I will put a gel top coat, no wipe. And that will protect the image completely. Beautiful. That is gorgeous. And basically what you do is you just kind of just float the brush over the design. That way it just extra protection to not smudge the design. Okay, so that's going to be a little noisy, so I'm going to pause you because it is going to be in there for about 4 minutes. Hair dryer. Okay, and these are ready for the gel top coat, no wipe. So we are going to do that first before I do anything else. And again, I'm using my lavender violets, which is just the one that I gravitate to each time. And because you have the smudge-free top coat on it, this one just glides over it perfectly. So this is a gel top coat, so this does go in the gel lamp. Oh my goodness. This is just so beautiful. Look at that. Okay, so I'm gonna put that in for 60 seconds. And while that is being done, we're going to start on these three. So this one, which is the index finger, we are going to do the little coffin there. So I'm going to just get a black stamping polish. Just going to shake it up a little bit. I've grabbed my Puin Blackjack number 805. Get my scraper ready. And move this over here. And so we are going to just do that little image right there. Right. And I'm just going to grab my image, and it actually didn't do too good. It kind of missed an area, so let's redo this one. I am using my little Maniology holder there. So this really helps you hold your cotton ball or whatever you're using in place perfectly. Then I'm just going to take a lint-free cloth and dry it real good. And let me shake this a little more. All right. And that picked up perfectly. Actually, it didn't. I don't know what's going on here. Let me try that again. Oh my goodness. Try different stamper. This is one that I usually use for my layered because it's got some little tears in it. Let's try one of my better stampers. Okay. And that picked up a lot better. And so we are going to use, let me get rid of this right here because it's not very good. Actually, I think I'm going to wait because I'm going to color this in. So we're going to let that dry a little bit. Then for this one, we're going to use the pumpkins. So again, we're going to use the black. Actually, think I'll get an orange, like a dark orange. We're going to try this one. This is Born Pretty, and it's SP023. We'll try this one. That looks nice. Okay. Clean that up a little bit. And we will put that about right there. And so that needs to dry as well. And the last one that we're going to do is the spider web, and I kind of like that moon. I think I'll do the moon, and we'll do the moon in a dark purple. And we're going to use Puan. This is number 812. And that is a perfect image. So we will let this dry as well. Okay, so I'm going to pause you while these are drying. Matter of fact, let me just kind of show you the ones that just came out with the gel top coat. Here is the thumb. Very nice. That one's finished. And here are the little ghost. They look perfect. All right, I'm going to pause. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do reverse stamping on the little bats. I decided to do a light purple, and then on the coffin I'm going to make it white. So let's see how this turns out. And I'm going to use my small dotting tool for the little bats. Okay. That's one. There's the second bout. Okay. Those are the two little bats there. Now I'm going to let that dry a little bit, and then I'll come back and do the white coffin. Now, on the little moon, it is purple outline, so I think I'm going to do a yellow. This is Puman, and it is 804. And here is the moon. And we're just going to take our little dotting tool and just do the whole thing in yellow. Okay. There you go. All right, so we're going to let that dry as well. I'm going to take a little bit of tape here and clean up the edge there. There you go. That's perfect right there. Let that dry. And for the pumpkins, do 2 shades of orange. So first, we will do this shade, the Nicole Diary. And then we'll do one in this shade. Maybe the one in the middle, I'll use my Moe London one. Okay, so this one was Nicole Diary, and it's ND12. And this one is Born Pretty, and it's SP023. And this one is Moe London. What number is this? This is just called Pumpkin. So it's 3 shades of orange there. All right. Start with the dotting tool. And I guess I better start with the little 815 Puin. This is green. Do the little stems in that color. Alright, so let's start with the first Nicole Diary shade. Alright, that is the first one. The next shade is going to be the lighter one. Okay. There you go. This is going to be the middle one. I'm sorry, the top one. This is the Born Pretty shade. It's perfect 3 shades there. Let's get the little green. Okay, that green's not really showing through, so, but that's okay. It's got the little black outline, so that is okay. Okay, now I just have to finish the coffin, which is going to be white. And that was Puin 806, right? Whoops. That was not good. Okay, so there you go. That's a white little coffin. All right, so let's get these in the air dryer so they can all dry together. There you go. Okay, it's a little loud, so I'm going to pause you. All right, so next I'm going to put a sticky base coat. Had to throw away my gloves. They were like, started with the holes already. So I just tossed them. All right, so we're putting a sticky base coat on all of these. And we're just going to give it about 30 seconds. 30 to 45 seconds to get tacky. Okay. Alright, so we are going to let those just get tacky real quick. Okay, so I think they're sticky enough, so we're going to go ahead and do the moon first. And we're going to put it right over, I'm thinking, not center, just kind of up in the corner. Yeah, we'll do that. So here we go. We're just going to lift it, and it is on there perfect, and it came out perfect. So there's our little crescent moon. Just going to clean this stamper with Scotch tape. And then I'm going to do the coffin on this finger here, and this one is going to go front and center here. So we're laying it down, and it is down, and it's going to look really good. I can already see. Okay, that turned out perfect as well. Clean this one up. Okay, and the last one is a set of 3 pumpkins, and we're going to do that on this nail here in the center as well. So there you go on that one. Perfect. That looks great. And so what I'm going to do is just let them dry for just a little bit. And then I'm going to do the sticky base, not the sticky base, the, I'm sorry, smudge free top coat, and then I'll top them with the gel no wipe top coat. Put that in there for 2 minutes.